Hey, we live, baby. Hey, will you close my door for me, son? What's good? What's good? What's good? We here. We live. We live. We got some live reactions. We back at it. I know. I've been going for a little bit, but I've been streaming though. I've been streaming lately. But we got some live reactions going. Got some live reactions. We warming it up. Letting some people come in here. What's good? What's good? I know it's been a minute. I know it's been a little couple, like a week or two. But I be streaming too. I be doing the gaming too. You can't kill my confidence. I think I'm the man. Tally all the fucks I ever gave on my head. Yep. Yeah, son, what's up? Okay, that's fine. All right, well, just take the last one. What's good? We got some live reactions. We about to do some live reactions. I was like, you know what? Instead of doing the video, why not go live and do the video, you know? What's good, y'all? What's good? I know, Todd. It's been a minute, bro. I know. I apologize for that. But I be doing a live gaming streaming too, though. I be building that up too. But that's why I came on here, because I was about to just do a video. But I was like, you know what? Let me go live and do the video. You know what I'm saying? So we can actually be live and then upload it on YouTube. So we live right now. So we just gonna do it this way. We gonna do it the live way. I know it's been a minute, y'all. I know. It's a lot of stuff. I be trying to do a lot, man. I be doing the streaming, the gaming. I be doing this, you know, taking care of my son. It's a lot of stuff I be doing for real. But I'll never forget about y'all. Y'all always on my mind, man. Y'all always on my mind. Trust me. Y'all always on my mind. Trust me. Y'all are. I just gotta make sure I just make the time. That's why I said, you know what? Instead of doing a video right now, I'm gonna just go live and do the video instead, you know? I know it's been a minute. I know it's been a minute, but that's why I came up on here and I was like, you know what? Let me just go live. Let me go live instead of just doing a regular video and just do the video live this time, you know? Yep. But what's good, y'all? I miss y'all. I know y'all always on my mind. Trust me, I didn't forget about y'all. Y'all always on my mind, because this is where I really started everything. I started everything right here on this YouTube. So I ain't forget about y'all at all. That's why I'm like, you know what? Let me go live. Let me react with y'all and actually do a live reaction this time, you know? I've always been wanting to do live reactions. That's why I was like, you know what? In my head, I was like, you know what? Nah, F that. We gonna do the live reactions. You know? We're gonna start doing live reactions. That's one thing I always wanted to do. But yeah, let's let it warm up some, y'all. Let it warm up a little bit more. We're gonna get some more people in here. We're gonna start it up. Yep, we're gonna start it up. I know. This is a new video too. This is a video I just picked out, I just saw. So we just gonna do everything, you know? We're gonna do everything live right now. Everything live. So this is how I be. This is y'all basically seeing behind the scenes how I actually do like the videos and stuff like that. But this time we just gonna be live with it, you know? So yeah. But I miss y'all though. I do. What, it's been like 2 weeks, maybe? 2-3 weeks? I think it was 2-3 weeks. But yeah, we gonna get started soon. I ain't gonna hold it up too much though. Some people miss out. They just have to see the video online. That's all. Yep. So that's how it be. Yep, so some people miss out, man. Just trying to let it warm up a little bit. It's a new video too. What does it say? It says NBA legends explain how scary playing against Larry Bird was actually. So that's a new video I just seen. So we're gonna do that in a little bit. Get a few more minutes. Let it warm up, y'all. Just a few more minutes. Few more minutes. Just trying to get some people in here. That's all. Yep, few more minutes. We're gonna start it up. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I know. But I'm trying to make this. I'm really honestly trying to. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, no, we good. I had to fix my screen for a second. But yeah, yep. I know it's been a minute, y'all. I know it's been a minute. It's been a couple weeks. I was trying not to go that long, but like you said, we got lives, man. And sometimes some things really be stepping me back because I really don't be wanting to try to take breaks or nothing. Like, I really don't be wanting to take breaks. But sometimes, not even a break, it's like sometimes I just don't have the time to get to the video. That's all. But yeah, we're going to start it. So if everybody's in here or not, you know, they'll see it on YouTube. We're about to get started in a little bit. About to get started. Yep. But I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all so much. Y'all don't understand, man. Y'all on my mind every day, man. I was like, I gotta get to the YouTube. Gotta get to the YouTube. Yeah, but yeah, I'll be live on Twitch too. Like, I'll be doing the gaming too. I know not everybody's into gaming and stuff like that, but you know, it's just in case if y'all want to like interact with me or anything like that. You know, I'll be on the Twitch too. Well, let's get it started though. We about to get it started. And like, give me like 2 more minutes. We're gonna get it started. 2 more minutes. We're gonna get it started. 2 more minutes. We're gonna get it started. I have to turn this music off real quick. Yep. But I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Man. All right, we're gonna get it going. Are y'all ready? Let me know. Y'all ready? About to get it going. Hold on. Let me hold on 1 second. 1 second. One second. We're gonna get it started. I'm about to start it up in a few minutes. All right, let me take I guess I'll take the chat off the screen, right? I'll take the chat off the screen. All right, so we can get it. Yep. All right, we about to get it started. I'm about to get it started, y'all. Hold on, let me I'm gonna take that off for now. All right, let's get it started. Alrighty, here we go. Let me make sure everything's not too loud. We good. Testing. I think we good. All right, here we go. All right, let me close that. That's my goals. I got written down some goals. I always write down some goals, y'all. Well, y'all should know that, but some people may not. Some people may forget. All right, let's get it started. Son, can you close the door for me? Thank you, son. My son, my boy. Yeah, close the door for me. Everybody get, yep. Okay. All right, let's go. All right. Ready. Here we go. What's good, YouTube? We are back with another reaction video. Today we got NBA legends displaying how scary playing against Larry Bird was. Let's get straight into the video. Let's get it. It's a 9-minute and 6 video too. So I just found this to say, you know what? Let me go live and let me go, so let's get straight into the video, y'all. Let's go.
Magic, Larry's gonna kill you.
Larry Bird's gonna kick, click.
You were scared to order room service.
Hey, they want blood.
I got you off the court because something was more happening.
Y'all ended up losing to Larry Bird and the Celtics in 6 in the finals. You was part of a legendary fight.
Derek gets smacked in the mouth.
While Ralph Sampson played like a man possessed. By the second quarter, Sampson's wrath was fully unleashed.
The procedure is try and stop him a little bit. Sampson hit him in the head with an elbow.
Bang.
Ralph wasn't playing no game.
Reflex.
And then it turns around and Seasting is forced to take him in a low post, and he's coming at everybody, Ralph Sampson.
Yeah, Ralph.
The crazy part, you don't see a lot of this stuff like that nowadays. Like, they was really, back in the day, they was getting it going. Like, you don't see this much entertainment as much as, like, I understand they gotta have rules and stuff like that, but it's like, you don't really see too much entertainment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, they was real back in the day, man. They was real back in the day.
He was ejected for battling Jerry Seasting, a Boston reserve standing 15 inches shorter.
The hallways that don't come to Boston, we're gonna kill you, we're gonna do this, whatever.
You got death threats?
You got a few threats, but we played anyway, so it was all right.
The Celtics fans wanted blood after that, though.
That's fine. And they try to get it. I never seen the opposing fans get on anyone like I seen them get on Ralph Sampson.
But then we go to Boston, so I got threats.
Oh, okay.
We get in the game, and you know how the Garden was. It just hyped up, and you're ready to play. There was a mannequin human figure, right, with socks and jerseys. And
I remember that. I definitely remember that. That was crazy, yo. Hey, it is what it is, but I remember that.
50, and they had an afro wig on it, whatever, and then they had number 50 on it, had Samson back, and they had a noose.
I'm sorry, my bad. I'm a little hype right now, man. I'm excited. Yeah, we back at it. I'm excited though. But that was crazy. Hey man, they wanted blood. People wanted blood. It was basketball, man. You don't see stuff like this nowadays, man. They was ready.
Hanging up over the rail of the Boston Garden. Like, they were gonna hang me when I got there.
They had a noose around my neck and a kind of stuffed
Dog.
version of me with number 50 on it, and we're gonna hang him and took it over the bottom of the arena. And they were like, that's just the way Boston is. You gotta understand where you are.
You could hear fans out there, but in '86 at Game 6, it sounded like they was in the locker room. And I can remember looking at Bill Walton. Bill Walton said, hey, they want blood.
They want the blood of
What I just say, they wanted blood, right? Exactly, they wanted blood.
the Houston Rockets. But I'm telling you right now that if we don't deliver today, they're going to want our blood.
We lose, it's our blood.
And I see how they don't care whose they get. If we don't win this game, they want our blood. That's how it is here.
Larry, it's funny, he said he was watching the news the night before and he saw the Rockets arriving and looked at Ralph. And basically he said, I don't think we're going to have to worry about him tomorrow.
And so I brought in my two weight coaches from UVA, both of them were like 300 pounds, and we had some sheriffs behind us.
And when Sampson walked out, he walked by us. You could just see he was done.
Yeah.
He was petrified.
So all eyes were on Ralph Sampson as he came into the arena today with the rest of the Rockets to a chorus of boos.
And in that game, Larry Bird played his greatest game that he ever played.
And here was Larry. Larry got every rebound. Larry made every steal. He made every pass.
The way he played and how he was just everywhere on the court. Freaking maniac for 3.5 quarters.
Period, 13 on the shot clock. Bird. Lloyd. Loses it. To Bird. Fighting inside. Olajuwon tried to roll it in, and Bird comes down with it. And Wiggins fighting Bird. Who beats McCann.
And just the emotions were so high because we had to win that game.
There was all this hate. It's kind of crazy, right? That you have to go in an arena and play, and they allow that to happen in the arena.
And Bill Fitch knew what was going on. He didn't tell us, but he gets us off the court 2 minutes before the game was over.
So Bill Fitch knows that crowd, which he got us off the court, which was the smartest thing to do. Now that I look back, even after I talked to him and said, I got you off the court because something was going to happen.
And they're going to send their starters in wisely to the dressing room. This was a good move to get them in there.
I think it really is, Dick, to keep him out of trouble.
And this poor kid, they might as well just took him home because I think he ended up with 2 points and 2 rebounds. And I think the game before they had like 24 and 22.
Yeah.
They took him completely out of the game.
In Boston, you understand their passion though for their team, but then you do something against their team, then some people may do that.
So we get to the hotel. Everybody checking us in got a Celtics shirt on and just stared at us, and guys running up. Magic, Larry's gonna kill you. Larry's gonna kill you.
You check in, please. I want to.
Yo, they crazy. Man, that's why I say it was so much fun back in the day, man. They had so much stuff that was going on, but I guess they had to stop all of that chaos and craziness, but it was just so fun back in the day. It seemed like it was fun back in the day.
Cut my phone off, please. I don't want any phone calls. 5 minutes later.
Like it really was a rivalry. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't see that today. Like it really was a rivalry.
Hi, Mr. Worthing. I'm a big fan of yours. Love the way you play.
Larry Bird's gonna kick, click.
You were scared to order room service.
About 3 o'clock in the morning, the alarm goes off. So he made us all come downstairs, get out the hotel. And we all said, this is nothing but red Auerbach.
We go to Boston, you go up to the service elevator, it had rats and roaches and all that kind of stuff to go up, and you go to the locker room, it's hot. They did all their tricks.
No air conditioning, no nothing. They got the heat turned up. You thought you was in this sauna.
It was 115 degrees in our locker room.
Damn, they really did that back in the day. They tried to do people dirty back in the day. They really turned up their heat. That's kind of, in a way for me, I feel like maybe that could be cheating though. Like, you turned up the heat on the other team. Like, but you see, you can't do that today though. You can't do stuff like that today. That's why I say back in the day, playing sports and basketball was totally different, man. It was totally different.
And we had to have our own fans.
It's like it made you want to watch, like, you know what I'm saying? It made you want to watch basketball.
Brought in.
Let's make sure none of the windows open. Let's make sure if we have a heater in there, turn it up to 110.
And you gotta realize the fabulous forum had air conditioning. It was nice and cool. We had the ratty barn.
Boston Garden's idea of air conditioning is to open all the doors and have the ushers blow hard.
It was muggy, it was smelly, it was stifling. And the Lakers just weren't used to that. We sweating like it's pouring, dripping down us.
I remember thinking, how did they play in this?
It was hotter than hell. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
It was like them playing out in the country club and us playing over in the hood someplace.
From the upper reaches of the old Boston Garden, this chant arises.
You hear the crowd is chanting to the Sixers? Beat L.A.
Beat L.A., that's great.
The ultimate enemy was the L.A. Lakers.
We're trying to finish them off, and we're running, and they can't get back.
At that point, we knew, without a doubt, that we were the better basketball team.
We called the timeout, and we got over to the bench, and so everybody was like, no more layups, no more layups. We got to knock someone on their ass.
Here's Kareem, outlet to Worthy. Rambit. And now let's watch it.
Oh, yeah, that's the joint. Oh yeah, this that fight. I remember seeing, it's funny because I've seen this fight like before I knew about Larry Bird before I knew about Larry Bird, I've seen this joint multiple times. Like I've seen that scene multiple times. That's crazy.
My foot almost hit the rim. So I'm thinking, this is not going to end well. So then I zero in on McHale. I was pissed. If Worthy hadn't pushed me, I had every intention to go flying into that scrum that was down at the Celtic bench because I thought that was a cheap shot and it's something you don't do.
Didn't really care about hurting him that much, but I was like, ooh, that might have been a little bit more than I anticipated. And I was like, yes.
No, I ain't gonna lie. That joint was a little crazy. He did hit him with the whole, that joint was a little crazy though. That joint was a little crazy. Let's be honest. It was a little crazy.
These days, he would have been arrested by the NBA, He didn't even get a technical foul.
He deserved an ass whooping for that one.
Well, that's where all the flopping started. I don't think Kevin hit him that hard.
From that point on, you could just feel the
Larry gonna say that.
Whole thing turns.
Bird. Larry Bird.
Magic with 7, with 6. Magic takes the ball and Magic throws. Look at this. Intercepted by Perry.
I couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh, for Magic to do that?
For him to have a pass intercepted at that time of the game, we just didn't see this from him. That's just not urban.
To see Magic burn, that was just watching one of the great players all of a sudden collapse in front of us. We started calling him Tragic Johnson as opposed to Magic.
Oh.
We called him Cheesy Johnson.
Yo, I never. Oh shit, I'm too hype.
Johnson, because we felt like.
Damn, that's crazy. They really called. I never knew that. They called him Tragic Johnson. Damn, I never knew that.
He was pompous and it was fake.
I remember being on the sideline and Magic got so bothered with me and he came up by the bench and I said, all you need to do is take one step across that line. I said, take one step across that line, I'm gonna nail you. And it would have been a great thing to do that for the people back in Boston. They would have loved that you nailed their top player in their hometown.
And just when we thought it couldn't get any better, Larry showed everybody how a superstar does it with the game on the line.
Larry Bird seizes the moment.
Looking.
I know Cooper fell down, got back up his feet and went to the corner, and Magic slid down and took me, and I wanted the basketball at that time. I always do, but I seen Magic on me, and I knew exactly what I was going to do when I got it.
Now DJ holding the ball. Back in the Bird. The ball away. It's gone.
Larry was unreal. He was unreal in that game, and seemed like the harder it was, the tougher he got.
Finally get a chance to match up with the Lakers. Irvin won the game in college, and it was my chance to get a little redemption.
People forget now because Magic outlasted him and won MVPs when Bird was slowing down. But at their best, Bird consistently was considered the better player.
And you played, of course, against them. Who do you think was better?
I'm going to give you Olden Polynesian's take on this. Magic, yes, the showtime and everything else. I got to give the edge to Bird.
I'm not going to say a name, but there's a phenomenal player today who agrees with you.
I mean, he can get his own shot off. He can get his teammate. Basically, what Magic did, he was able to do, plus be an offensive threat all the way out to the three-point line. That's an incredible asset. They were pretty much the same size. Yep. They were both slow. They were both, they were not both leapers.
Yep.
But Bird, that outside three, and they were both high IQ guys, but I got to give the edge to Bird, man.
All right. That's one of the good old videos. Man. I appreciate y'all. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Turn on that bell. Definitely got some more videos coming. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. That's one video. Let's see if we do another video. Give me 1 second. I know we live, so I'm going to edit it and cut it out and all of that stuff. We're going to edit and cut it out. Hold on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. We about to get another video. We got to get another video since we live. We live. And I'm going to edit and cut all that stuff out. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let's find another video. Now we just going to chill. We did a little video. Now we going to just watch some Larry Bird videos. If y'all got some videos or something, let me know. Man, I hope LeBron come to Philly. I'm not going to lie. Matter of fact, we got an hour 36 documentary. Let's turn this on right now. Here we go.
When I played, Larry Bird was the only one I feared. A lot of black guys always ask me, could Larry Bird really play that good? I said, man, Larry Bird.
We got an hour 36 documentary. You want to watch some of this?
Double team Bird. Larry fake. Fall away.
I think I did this one already. I'm not sure.
Larry used to come in the locker rooms. He'd be getting his ankles taped and he'd say, hey, ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building.
Take that, Larry Bird. In your face, as they say.
Larry told all of us players and the media too, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip. I'm going to play this with left-handed.
Larry was the originator of getting in your face and talking trash.
He backed up whatever he said. If he tell you going to hit a shot in a certain place, or if he going to take you down to the post, turn around, hit a fadeaway J, he going to do just that, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
A magnificent play by Bird.
I get a charge when I'm telling someone on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about.
He said, I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. Larry Bird just phenomenal the way that...
He came out with about that exact spot and shot a shot right in my face. And, he was like, I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock.
And Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench who can guard me? He goes, so nobody out here can. Frank looked down the bench and goes, no.
Larry Bird follows his own shot.
My teammates knew at the end of the game if it's close, I was going to take the shot.
Max looking, loops it to Bird, a runner. It's good! And the Celtics win!
was a cold-blooded killer. But in the last 24 seconds, he would demand the basketball.
That's crazy. That's how you know he was so confident. He was like, bro, give me the ball. I'm going to make this last shot. Like, he was so confident. That's what I like about Larry Bird, being confident. You always got to be confident in yourself, man, no matter what. Good or bad, always be confident in yourself. That's what I like about Larry. That's one thing I'm learning too. Like, not I learned it, but I'm learning, like, you know, no matter what, be confident. Is good or bad, whatever it is, still be confident, you know?
He was a basketball genius. He'd be a step ahead, a thought ahead, play the game like a chess game.
Bird along the baseline, underneath to Maxwell.
Like, he's a maestro. He's conducting out there. He's a puppeteer.
I'd much rather guard Michael Jordan than Larry Bird because you have to play the game as a thinker when you play it, and you have to get inside his mind.
Bird takes the shot. It's gone!
Larry Bird said that there will be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever be another Larry Bird.
Complete story of Larry Bird. I know this video quality is not the best. I know this is old.
Bird.
I know this is old, so it ain't gonna be crispy. It ain't gonna be clean. You know, these videos people be digging up, so they ain't gonna be crispy or clean. So don't expect for these videos to be crispy.
Was born in West Baden, Indiana, but everyone knows him as the Hick from French Lick. Rural Indiana was simple. A quiet slice of America filled with hard-working people who did what they needed to get by. But just like the humble work ethic that gets passed down from one generation to the next, there's another natural gene that's passed down in Indiana: basketball.
It's what forms community in Indiana. It's cultured basketball, it's rural, it's doing nothing all day long but shooting jump shots so that they are great pure shooters. I remember Larry telling me how he had waxed the net because the net would last longer that way.
Everybody in my town had the same things. It seemed like nothing. So all we did was play sports.
Larry's mother did what she could to provide, working long hours in a local diner. And his father worked construction but was unable to keep a job for long due to a long-standing struggle with alcohol.
He loved his father. His father was a flawed man. His father was an alcoholic. His father was a laborer who had skills that were that he could only bring to bear when he was sober enough to work.
I didn't know that people made millions of dollars. I didn't know that everybody had a family car. I was in my own cocoon. I was in a small town with the people I knew, and I thought I'd live there for the rest of my life.
He grew up in one of the most simplistic ways imaginable. His family didn't have a phone till he was a teenager.
The Birds routinely moved to different rented house to different rented house, none of which were ever big enough to accommodate everybody.
Really, the essence of Larry to me is his mother, who would get up at 3:30 in the morning and go work at a diner in the morning, and then come back as the kids were getting ready for school, get them off to school, and then trudge off to her next job because they didn't have a car.
I think it's as you mature, you start to respect all that. As growing up, you don't realize that you don't have anything because you never had it in the first place. But you know, making some money and looking back, I remember all of it, and I don't want to be like that again.
Bird's saving grace would come on the cracked concrete courts behind the town's high school gym. All he had was an old leather ball and rusty rims. But this is where Larry fell in love with the game of basketball. Away from the struggles at home, Bird chased perfection on the empty court, trading the struggle of life for the rhythm of a jump shot.
We didn't have a lot when we grew up, and basketball, when it came into my life, that's all I did.
By the time Larry enrolled at Springs Valley High School, Bird had followed the steps of his brothers, staying true to his Indiana roots by trying out for the basketball team.
You know, at school, everybody was telling me my bigger brother was a great player, and I can't wait to grow up and try to be like him. And you can see he was proud of how he played on a certain night, and I sort of wanted the same feeling.
He was just an average basketball player at that time. But there used to be a basketball court halfway up the hill, and you would always, I can remember seeing him down there shooting at that basketball,
in the rain, out there shooting a basketball in the rain and just practicing by himself.
I had a couple friends I played with a lot, but I was picking up on things that I thought that were relative simple moves that they had a hard time with, and that's when things started clicking a little bit for me.
Although his freshman season would be spent on the bench, during his sophomore year, Bird would learn a life lesson that would inspire one of the greatest work ethics the game has ever seen. Following the ankle injury his sophomore year, Larry would be forced to miss a large portion of the season. However, one day, Bird recalls his father coming home from work and needing help taking off his work boot. Underneath was a black and blue ankle that looked severe.
We don't know if he broke it or he just hurt it, but had lost swelling in his ankle and couldn't get his boot on. We had to help him get his boot on and go to work. So, to me, it would have been very easy to just say heck with it, but he knew he had to go. So we helped him get it on there and he went to work.
This lesson taught a young Larry what it meant to work through any circumstance, and immediately Bird was out shooting in his driveway on his crutches.
Well, my confidence came from me shooting basketball by myself.
Damn, damn, I didn't know that one. He was shooting on the crutches? Wow, yeah, he really was trying to, that's how you know when somebody really trying to be into something. Like, he was shooting on the crutches too. Like, he was really trying to ball for real.
Myself for hours upon hours. I mean, I didn't pick up a ball on a Saturday and decide I was going to score 40 a game. I mean, that preparation came way before that. So I played a lot of basketball in my life and did a lot of shooting from every angle, from every position. Then once I grew, be 6'9", the game became a lot easier.
It was just like, Magic won and touched him or a miracle had happened because we'd never seen him play like that.
This is a random something that just came on my mind. Was there any, I wonder if it's just for today's league, but were there any big man back in the day shooting threes? I wonder, was there any centers like how it is today shooting threes back in the day? I wonder. I'm going to have to look it up and see if there's any centers that shoot threes or had some 3-pointers back in the day. I don't know, but it just popped up in my head.
I was playing one time and they were some growing up standing around and I was playing really well and they were really excited about it. And once I seen the impact I was making, just with a few people standing there, I started playing more and more and started to develop my skills and really take my game to another level.
Citing the hours of work he had put in his preparation, Larry would average over 30 points and nearly 20 rebounds his senior year, with word quickly spreading about this kid from French Lick. Still, most colleges didn't know what to make of Larry. He was tall but thin, with slow feet, and being from the middle of nowhere, many schools had never even heard of him. Enter the legendary Bob Knight, head coach of the Indiana Hoosiers. It was every Indiana kid's dream to wear the red and white, and Larry was no different, signing to play at Indiana in the fall of 1974. The next 2 years would be the most successful in the storied program's history, as the Hoosiers would lose only one game and capture a national championship. Only one thing was missing: Larry Bird. Just 24 days after enrolling in Bloomington, Larry had already packed his bags and hitchhiked home to French Lick.
Coming from a town that had around 2,000 and going somewhere where they had over 30,000, right away I sensed that I was in the wrong environment.
You can just see the 2 closets in this little dormitory room. And the one kid's got this rack of fine, nice clothes. And Larry Bird's got nothing but a couple of pairs of jeans.
I think that the size of the school and not really having, that many friends there and not having a lot or coming from a lot, I think he just got a little discouraged and a little depressed and bailed out without really consulting anyone.
I don't think he was really ready to go to school. I wasn't as attuned to what his needs were as a kid as I should have been.
We passed Coach Knight going to a bookstore at IU. And Larry acknowledged, I said, "Hi, Coach Knight," and he just kept walking. And it really hurt Larry's feelings.
Plus, I didn't have the funds and the clothing and things I thought I needed to get me through. I made my mind up that I couldn't survive there, and it was time to go.
Upon returning home, Larry would begin working for the city, collecting garbage, mowing lawns, and disappearing from the basketball radar.
You know, some days we picked up trash once a week. The next days we might be cleaning the streets. And the guys I was working with were great guys. I knew them all my life, and I'm still grateful that they gave me the job.
Just months later, an 18-year-old Bird would experience rock bottom when his father tragically took his own life.
His father cared very much for his family. Certainly there was talk in town that he had trouble taking home that paycheck, and he would often stop at the bar and not quite make it home. And he killed himself, Larry believes, and I think most of the family believes, so the family could have the insurance money. They had a lot of financial problems, and I think Larry's dad at that point thought they were better off without him than with him.
Larry's hard to figure out because he doesn't really show emotions. I'm sure he had a lot of pain. He just holds it inside.
It definitely was a tough year. There's no question about it.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm like that too sometimes. I'll just hold that shit in, man. I'm like that too. I know his pain, man. That's just, man, I can just imagine but you gotta try to find some happiness somewhere, man. That's why I be doing this YouTube and stuff like this, but trust me.
But the one thing that I did was make a decision where I was going to make my own decisions from that point on, and if there was good decisions, that's great. If there's bad decisions, I had to live with them.
There's nothing you can do about something like that. I mean, he chose the way he wanted to die, and he did it, and it's just unfortunately that some people have problems like that, but you know, I wish he was here, but he's not. So I had to go on with my life and try to make the most of my life.
Once again, basketball served as an escape for Larry. He never stopped playing, even suiting up with Hancock Construction Company in local adult league tournaments in the area. Most days you could find him behind the French Lick Springs Resort, shooting hoops with the kitchen staff. Until one day, someone was watching.
His mother ran me off the first time I knocked on the door. She said that Larry had seen all the coaches that he wanted to see and he wasn't going back to school, and she just wished people quit bothering him.
Hidden in the bushes near the court was Bill Hodges, a college assistant coach from Armstrong State in Georgia. An Indiana native, Hodges had driven across the country in a beat-up Dodge Dart, desperate for a shot at a coaching breakthrough. He was down on his luck, out of big opportunities, and running out of time. In a last-ditch effort to change his life, Hodges had reached out to then Indiana State coach Bob King with an idea: signing Larry Bird.
If Bill Hodges hadn't been as persistent as he had been, Larry Bird might never have existed in any of our minds. I believe that with all my heart. I really do.
I've already been through 50 or 60 recruiters, and I've heard all the BS that they throw. So Coach Hodges was so persistent. You know, he always tried to get to the family. When one member of the family tell him get lost, he'd go to the next member. But I told him, I said, I'll let you know if I want to go to Indiana State, I'll call you. And I got tired of seeing the guy, and then finally we sat down and talked about it, and I just decided on Indiana State.
He had a friend named Kevin Carnes that Larry was telling me how Kevin would have been a great player if he'd have gone to college, you know, and he hadn't gone, and he was married, and he was really good. And I said, well, if you don't go to college, they're going to be saying that about you someday, that you would have been great if.
1 year after leaving Indiana University, Larry Bird would sign to play at Indiana State. This was Larry's second chance, and this time, there was no turning back. When Larry Bird arrived in Terre Haute, the Indiana State Sycamores were an afterthought on the national stage. No NCAA tournament appearances, no All-Americans, just a struggling program in need of identity.
Terre Haute is like a small town. It's not a small town. It's got 100,000 people or so, but people treat you like it's a small town. Everybody knows you. And I think Larry felt like it was kind of an extension of French Lick.
Being forced to sit out a year due to NCAA rules, Larry wasn't able to suit up his first year on campus. But it wouldn't take him long to show the coaching staff that he was ready to change the program.
he could practice, and our first five couldn't beat him. Coach King said, Larry, I've got to do something to let the first five win once in a while, and they can't win as long as you're in there. And, Larry kind of smirked, and he said, well, just let them take their beating like a man.
In his very first season on the floor, the team saw a dramatic shift. Bird would average 32.8 points per game in his first collegiate season, doing it with a brand of basketball few had ever seen.
He is knocked out of his hands by King, picked up by Bird, 3-on-1, Smith in the middle. Smith to Bird, he is there and he's got it.
Well, he was playing in a what's not a power conference. IU's the Big Ten, where Larry's conference kind of lesser, and he carried that with him. I think throughout his life, people doubting him and not respecting where he was from or what he grew up with, and he had to earn that, and he did.
Bird shot up, good! Larry Bird with his 44th point, and what a show he has put on here.
Over time, the crowds in Terre Haute grew. Local papers gave the Sycamores front page headlines, and before long, Larry Bird would be attracting attention from across the country.
To me, it was something very special because I went in there and they had like a 13-13 season, and all of a sudden, you go from having 2,000 and 3,000 people at your games to people can't get tickets.
Wherever Hoosiers gather, they no longer talk of weather. Indiana has a new state bird. Now his claim to fame is just the way he plays the game. Indiana has a new state bird.
You tell us your name, although I don't think we need to ask.
Brad Miley.
Brad Miley. You're not Brad Miley.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
It's not the Cardinal now. Hey, Larry, take a bow. Indiana has a new state bird.
And you're from French Lick, Indiana.
You said it all when you said it.
Yeah.
From out of old French Lick on up to ISU, he came to play some basketball.
What position do you play with the team?
Well, as you know, I had to do everything, so I play all positions.
Now we don't know a thing about what the future will bring, but for now we're gonna spread the word. The fighting Sycamores are racking up the scores, and Indiana has a new state bird.
Larry always says the turning point for him was when Sports Illustrated put him on the cover and they had two cheerleaders around him saying, shh, the best kept secret in college basketball. Well, not anymore.
Once that came out in the stands from that point on, it seemed like to me the next year was just total chaos. We had reporters from all over the country, and it seemed like every day somebody wanted me to do something for them. So from that point on, it was very tough.
People were coming down from everywhere, on the networks, CBS, NBC, ABC, but he didn't have a lot.
They're trying to soak up all that money from him. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to soak up that fame and trying to get that money.
Say, not that he could.
He was the talk of the town at that time.
Couldn't say it. It's just that he was a little quiet, a little backward.
All of a sudden, you went from this quiet guy with his friends to people looking over his shoulders, reporters following you around everywhere you went, people taking pictures, and it was something that I didn't like, and it was tough for me to deal with.
As the legend of the kid from Indiana had grown, so had his attention from the National Basketball Association. And in the 1978 draft, the historic Boston Celtics would select Larry Bird, 6th overall. Still having a year left in his college eligibility, Larry would make a move that had never been done before or since, electing to remain in college for his final season while the Celtics held his draft rights.
I can remember somebody telling me I was just drafted by the Boston Celtics, and I was saying, what are you talking about? I had absolutely no clue that they even had a draft that day.
I said to Red, why would you draft this guy, Bird, and you know he's not going to play for this season? And he looked at me and he said, do you know how short a period of time a year is?
Yeah, he wasn't.
That is true. Especially as you get older, the years and stuff, as you get older, the years and stuff really does go. Because I remember being young and now that I'm a little bit older, it's like that is already about to be a new year soon already. Like time is like, time is moving. Trust me, yeah, our back is right about that, man. Especially as you get older, that shit flies. Like, it flies, trust me. It does.
Gotta go with Boston. See, money.
I feel like we was just in last year, right? It's about, look, we got a couple more months already.
At that time, money was foreign to him. You know, he made $6 an hour. That's pretty darn good.
It really wasn't that tough because
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna let it play, y'all. I gotta use the restroom. I've been holding it. I'm sorry. I gotta use the restroom.
I wanted to get my education while I was there because I knew I would never go back. And the one thing about athletes is they always say, well, I'll go back next year and do it, but they never do.
Led by the return of their star, the Sycamores opened the 1978-79 season 29-0, with Larry becoming a national icon in the process. Whether it be his elite scoring or crafty court vision, Bird was in a league of his own, and he was leading Indiana State to one of the best seasons in college basketball history.
Every offense we ran, the first thing we wanted to happen was Larry to touch the ball. And that was our goal, was to get it in his hands 75% of the time that we had it. And boy, you get the ball in his hands, he did a tremendous job with it.
Read the Bird out of the right corner. Larry, let's go, and he hits it.
Number 33, 6'9" forward, Larry Bird. Here they simply call him the Bird, and seeing him play is called bird watching. Ranked 7th among all-time leading college scorers, the Bird averages 29 points a game.
The Bird in the left corner. Go warm up and he rips home a 20-footer.
The way we were beating teams was just on pure guts and determination. So we just got in our minds that we weren't going to get beat. If we was number 2 and the number 1 team got beat, we should be number 1. You know, if they're going to go ahead and rank us up to number 2, they should go ahead and give us number 1. And if we win, you know.
By Larry practicing and playing 100%, you know, he demanded that you play 100%. He demanded that you take a charge or you dive after that ball because he would do the same thing.
Larry, a quiet kid now firmly in the national spotlight, would win multiple individual awards in the process, including being named the Naismith College Basketball Player of the Year in 1979.
I mean, we'd watched them all year long, coming along, and we kind of thought, you know.
They're on to the Final Four.
In the game, Larry, how good does it feel? You're going to the Final Four.
I don't know what to say because we're here and we finally made it. Everything just fell into place. It was not only good for the college, it was good for the community, and it was good for the players, everybody involved. It was just something that happens once in a life.
Indiana State has won it. The Sycamores are 33-0. It'll be that dream matchup. Irvin Johnson of Michigan State, Larry Bird of Indiana State on Monday night.
Irvin Magic Johnson, a player unlike anyone Bird had ever faced.
It's a dream come true, and like I said, it's an awful important game, and just hope we play our part and win the game.
Magic couldn't wait to give you the best smile and say, how are you, make you feel good. Larry Bird would rather say, don't even say hi to me. I'd rather not get involved with this.
I did not like Larry Bird. He didn't like me. Not because, you know, something happened, but because we were both going after the same thing.
It's kind of crazy how, like, Bird and Magic was the people that really, like, brought basketball back alive. Like, that's just crazy how, like, could you imagine if it wasn't no basketball, if certain things didn't happen with them? Like, just imagine if it wasn't no basketball. Like, that's crazy. Just imagine if it wasn't no basketball.
They'll always be linked, won't they? And that's part of the beauty of sports from that 79 NCAA championship. It's pretty hard to say Larry Bird without thinking of Magic Johnson.
We were never going to see a situation like that again because now we're following kids from like 5th grade. But Larry and Magic, there was a buildup that a lot of people didn't see. You know, Indiana State, a lot of people didn't know the whole story. This whisper starts growing into like a roar of, hey, this kid, look at what Indiana State is doing. And the anticipation builds in a way.
All right, we are going to wrap it up soon, though. I'm not going to watch the whole hour and 36. I'll probably like get off and then maybe get back on because I do want to upload that video I just did too. So I'm just letting y'all know we're not going to do the whole hour 36 though. I'm just going to be real. We're not going to do the whole hour 36.
That you can't get anymore.
It was David and Goliath, flashy versus.
We'll save it so that way I'll write the time down, and then they'll come back and do another live maybe later on tonight, like later on a couple hours after this. All right. So I'm definitely gonna come back live. So definitely look out. We're gonna finish this up. But yeah, so I just wanted to let y'all know ahead of time.
Just kind of workmanlike. I think just the timing of it and the undefeated nature of Indiana State and how they're going to do against the big boys from the Big Ten.
You know, the TV ratings back then, people just had 4 or 5 channels to pick
Hold on, let me turn my light on real quick. Let me turn my light on. It's a little dark.
from. Now they got 400, but in my case, people really didn't see me play on national TV. I was from a mid-major school. We were undefeated, and we're playing against a Big Ten champion, and I think it just caught everybody's attention.
They called it the Super Bowl of college hoops. On March 26, 1979, more than 35 million people tuned in to watch Indiana State versus Michigan State, a number that is still an all-time record to this day. Magic Johnson controlled the pace early, running his signature fast breaks and orchestrating a relentless tempo for Michigan State. Larry Bird struggled to find his rhythm as double teams swarmed. He finished with 19 points, levels below his usual dominance, and Michigan State would go on to win 75-64.
Magic, I thought you did a great job on Larry Bird in the zone tonight in the ball.
Yes, Coach gave us a good game plan to go against Larry Bird, and all we had to do was go out and do it. And if we did it, he said we would win. That's what we done.
However, the real story wasn't the final score. It was the arrival of a new chapter. The night would not only cement Magic and Bird as national stars, but would spark a rivalry that was about to carry basketball into a new golden era. The late 1970s had seen the NBA enter what many consider the dark ages of the league. Long gone were the glory days of Russell and Chamberlain, and the association was struggling.
Was they about to duke it out? Hold on, did they ever duke it out before? Hold on, let me go. Did they ever duke it out? I wonder if Wilt and Bill, I can't even talk. If Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, if they would have threw it down, them the two big.
The late 1970s had seen the NBA enter what many consider the dark ages of the league. Long gone were the glory days of Russell and Chamberlain, and the association was struggling to grow its product.
The 70s are a lost decade in the NBA. Like, you have these moments of like, oh yeah, we got Dr. J, and you incorporated the ABA, but the Celtics and the league were coming from such a dark down time where it just felt like maybe professional basketball wasn't going to survive.
If you asked me then, I would say the NBA would have folded by now. Because in the 70s, you could have bought any team, man. Any of those teams were less than 500,000. Few teams were making money. No major sponsors.
Didn't have great TV exposure. At the time, they were still playing the NBA Finals on tape delay. It wasn't even live TV.
That is crazy. They said there was tape delayed the finals. I'm telling you, Magic and Larry really brought this joint back alive. I just can't imagine hearing that about basketball, saying the finals was taped. What? It was delayed? What? That's crazy.
The fatal parquet floor of Boston Garden. This hallmark franchise in the NBA has a serious problem just making the playoffs.
We just didn't feel like we had the old Celtics, the old Celtic spirit, the old Celtic tradition.
Wicks and Rowe came to symbolize this terrible time in Boston sports. Selfish ball play.
My man was about to get rejected in a second. That coach said, "Oh, stop it, we need you."
Who wanted the rock, wanted touches, weren't worried about winning. I think one of them had the quote, "The W's and L's don't show up in my paycheck."
It got bad for them in the late 70s. Bad teams that would win 22, 25 games, no playoffs. it really bottomed out for them.
The Celtics were searching desperately for a new identity after being stuck in mediocrity. They needed a spark, someone to reignite the franchise and bring championship hope back to the city of Boston.
It was odd that they drafted a player that they couldn't have right away. And it was.
Oh yeah, one of these days we're gonna go live, and I'm definitely gonna visit Boston. One of these days, it's soon. I'm definitely, because I know a lot of y'all told me y'all want me to visit Boston and stuff like that. And I know I want to experience certain things. You know, me and my son go take a trip, man. We go live and just trust me, one day soon.
More frustration for the fans to have to wait a year.
Red Auerbach said, I don't care if he's coming out, I'm drafting him now. And we're waiting until he's available. Like they took the chance ahead of time because the rules allowed it back then, and kind of knew that Larry was special.
The only thing that really impressed me is that the Celtics took me and waited a year. I just couldn't believe they would do that. I thought it was awful low for somebody to wait a year without.
They did the best. I'm telling you, Boston, they did the best thing they ever did by getting him and waiting. I'm telling you, they did the best thing. They did it. They did the best thing. They was smart for that. They got lucky. I'm not lucky, but it's like I know they probably wasn't sure how it was going to work, but that's crazy how that turned out.
Trading me or taking a chance that I wouldn't sign with him. I thought it was very low.
White guy, Indiana State, can't jump, can't run.
He was not fast. He was not quick. I was Larry Bird's biggest skeptic.
We were watching Indiana State games here in Boston. Local TV made sure that they got their games because the Celtics were so bad. And he began to embody and represent hope.
He came to a game, and everybody started standing up clapping, and I'm thinking like, what in the hell is going on here? This guy didn't play the game. They don't even know what he's about, but they just think that, he's going to be the difference. Here he came, quote unquote, the savior. So happened, this guy's white.
I don't think my man right there was watching Larry. I don't think he was watching him in college and all of that stuff to see what he was capable of doing. I think that's why he was saying that, because if you ain't watch him or nothing, then of course you probably gonna say, oh, who is this person, or who he think he is, or who. If you ain't watch him, you'll never know until he come in and scorch your ass, right? Then that's when you exactly.
East Boston, South Boston, people could relate to him, and Larry Bird is great white hope.
After being drafted almost 2 years ago by the Celtics, and through 2 months of on and off again negotiations,
that's still wild to me. Like, isn't Larry Bird the only player I think in NBA history that they actually drafted and then waited? I don't think it was nobody else, right? Wasn't anybody else? I had to look it up and see, but I think he was the only one. But Boston got. I'm not gonna necessarily say lucky, but it's just like you never know how he was going to turn out. But that's crazy.
Times quite bitter between two old adversaries, Red Auerbach and attorney Bob Wolf. Larry Bird became a very rich young man this morning. The 6'9" All-America from Indiana State signed a 5-year contract worth more than $3 million, and with that, he's expected to help turn around the Celtic franchise.
I guarantee you I'll give 100% every time I come out, and if I get a torn toenail or something, I won't sit out. I'll play as hard as I can every night, and I hope I can bring excitement to the fans, and I'll never give up.
Why he look at him like that? He said, oh, yeah. Why he look at him like that?
Important you to come in with a better contract than Magic Johnson?
Well, I don't even know what Magic Johnson's contract is. I never even seen it, never heard of it.
You looking forward to meeting up again with him against the Lakers and maybe getting a little revenge from Michigan
Well, I
State?
wish I could play him today.
I think when Larry first arrived, everybody thought, well, here's a kid now that I don't know if he's going to be able to play in this league.
I mean, he doesn't look all that good, and there's talk about how slow he was. He couldn't jump. He couldn't defend.
Never judge a book by its cover. That's number one. You never judge a book by its cover until you actually know. You never judge a book by its cover. That's why they say that. That's why they make that saying. Never judge a book by its cover. And then look what happened.
Larry Bird felt there wasn't anything he couldn't do on a basketball floor. And, when you have that kind of confidence, there's nothing that you can't do.
They did test me. They do. Every rookie comes in there. Had Roby, had Cowens, Tiny Archibald, and some of the other vets. ML Carr showed up at rookie camp, and they all wanted to test me, and they did. I had no problem with it.
I'm thinking, oh, he's slow. He can't get off a shot. He's not that strong. This is gonna be a layup. Bam! Knocks down the jump shot. Okay, maybe that was luck. Gets the ball again. Bam! Knocks down another jump shot. Now I'm thinking like, okay, hey, you know what? I'm gonna D this guy up. I'm gonna show him what it's like. 20 feet away. Bam! 25 feet away. Bam! My mind just goes to this white guy can play.
That's why they say you don't judge a book by its cover. You never do. You can't think you know somebody you don't know them.
The other guy, ML, always matched up against me, and at the time, he led the league in steals, and I knew he had quick hands, but he was just too short. He couldn't guard me.
Celtics, we got 3 seconds. 2. Bird, a runner. It's good! Yes,
quite a bit at first as Larry Bird makes a beautiful steal from Bingo Smith.
Boy, Bird is really playing a game here in this first shake loose to Larry Bird. Bird, beautiful pass to Ford.
It's just an uncanny sense, and he'll do things out there you just say, and it just leaves you shaking your head and smiling.
28 seconds, Bird, trap pass to Archibald. Ahead to Henderson, the Bird on the cut down.
Bingo Smith having a tough time with Maxwell inside. Three-pointer, Larry Bird hitting a three-pointer.
Ford, three-point shot. Bird, a rebound, and a basket, and he's fouled.
Well, it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I grew up in Boston. I was very fortunate to go to a small school where I felt comfortable. I loved the city of Terre Haute, but once I left, I was nervous about getting out there, getting settled. But once I got settled in and I got to know my way around a little bit in Boston, I knew it was a perfect fit for me.
In the hard-working Northeast, Larry's grit-filled play style and blue-collar work ethic were right at home. And it wouldn't take long for a young Bird to show the people of Boston that he embodied the city's toughness.
You know, I always played like everybody in the world was against me. I thought everybody was against me. I used to think up things to get me rattled before a game.
He knew how to fight. I know that from off the floor. One night, somebody was giving one of his buddies a hard time, and Larry went over and, said, hey, this is my friend, and this guy was a pretty good-sized guy. By golly, they go out back, and the guy turns and says something to Larry. Larry hit this guy, and I caught him. Hit him so hard, I go,
Wait. Time out. I never heard this one. Let me tune in. Hold on. I know Larry was throwing down.
In the hard-working Northeast, Larry's grit-filled play style.
A hard time, and Larry went over and, said, hey, this is my friend, and this guy was a pretty good-sized guy. By golly, they go out back, and the guy turns and says something to Larry. Larry hit this guy, and I caught him. Hit him so hard, I go, whoa. He was from the old school, and that's how he played.
Larry Bird plays it to the hilt, baby. Played the game hard. Played rough.
Bird again, and he's doing it all.
But that's how you gotta do it. You can't be soft. You gotta play hard. Basketball, especially in the NBA, around the world, all of you gotta play hard.
Dreamed that Larry Bird was that good a defensive player. I never dreamed that Larry Bird was that good a rebounder. And I never dreamed that he was...
I ain't gonna lie. Archie back sound like he should be in like a mafia documentary or something. Like he got the cigar. He just need the hat. He got his own mafia gang. He do sound like it's just the way the music and everything is. It just seemed like he should be like some type of mafia.
that good a passer. I also didn't know that he would always play hurt.
After watching him play, I said, somebody went in.
You see, and they said they didn't know. So maybe if certain things with him, that's why I say certain things with him changed, then maybe like all them injuries and stuff with maybe, but they don't have the stuff. See, back in the day, they don't have everything like they got now. All these doctors and all these machines and all of this stuff. They ain't had that back then, so.
Into a cave in French Lick, Indiana, found this cake of ice, started chipping away, and out popped this prehistoric old-time basketball player. He played like the old-timers played.
In his rookie season, Bird's impact was immediate. He averaged nearly 21 points and 10 rebounds per game. instantly lifting a struggling team back into contention. Named the 1980 Rookie of the Year, his game was grounded in fundamentals, but it was his leadership and unshakable confidence that made him a natural floor general.
People already are starting to compare you to some of the all-time greats, in the pro game. Do you think this is fair?
No, not really. I play a whole different game. I try to just do the things that I have to do to win, and I know it takes just more in scoring, so I don't care who they compare me with, I'm still Larry Bird. When I first came in, I knew I had to work on my range because I figured that teams would be putting a smaller guy on me and trying to get me to receive the ball out a little bit further on the court. So I started working on my range a little bit. Then if they backed off of me, I can fake like I was going to shoot and dribble around them. Then in the NBA, once you dribble around, the center always comes to the ball and you get it down low. And once he started coming at me, the passes were easy to make.
Out to Bird. There is some pass to Rogan. They end up with. This is not the way it should be done. There's a great pass.
Larry Bird, great effort. Look at that pass.
Larry would make a bounce pass behind the back on the fast break. And you say, where's this ball going?
Collins going against Bird. Behind the back to Tiny.
You see all of these highlights, Larry, over the head. Crazy, no look. Just, I know you're supposed to be there. I'm going to throw it to this spot.
It's like watching a cat play with a mouse.
He's so intelligent. He has eyes all around his head.
He's got the smarts.
Bird, very good ball move. Oh, how about that pass?
You were no country bumpkin.
Larry's great at playing that. Commended by Webster, the spider that flies.
And a standing ovation here from this Boston Garden crowd.
The once fallen Giants had found their way back, but while Bird was still learning how to fly in Boston, an old rival was making his own name on the game's biggest stage.
There it is, it's over, and the most valuable player is Magic Johnson. 42 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. Leads the Los Angeles Lakers.
Wait, hold on, what did it say? How many? Hold up.
Name on the game's biggest stage.
There it is, it's over, and the most valuable player is Magic Johnson. 42 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Oh, 15 rebounds. I'm about to say, I ain't tripping. I thought I heard 50. It's impossible. I'm about to say, I know I'm not tripping. He said 15, 47, 15. Damn, Magic. Okay. Yo, back in the day, they was statting for real. Like, it's funny because, like, yo, they was statting for real. Especially Larry had like 20 rebounds, like 40, 50 points. It's like, what? Yo.
Leads the Los Angeles Lakers to a world championship without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
What I needed to do is learn how to win basketball games. Before I got there, I think the Celtics won 28 or 29 games that previous year. And my goal was to win as many as I possibly could. Help them get to where they haven't been in a while.
Moving into his second season in Boston, Larry and the Celtics were hungry for a return to success. 1981 would see Bird continuing his growth into one of the game's top players, and the Celtics would welcome 2 key pieces to complete its roster: future Hall of Famers Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale.
Well, when you think about it, you have Larry Bird and 2 guys down low who demand attention. Kevin McHale is one of the greatest power forwards of all time.
And here comes the rookie from the University of Minnesota, Kevin McHale.
And you're putting that next to Larry Bird, And so who do you double? Who do you help off of?
Over his head to McHale. Tiny to Bird, behind the back to Parrish.
You get so many E's in basketball because you draw so much defensive attention and you find yourself all alone in basketball and contested layups.
He understood how to get Kevin and Robert shots and Cedric Maxwell. And he also knew when any of these individuals were not getting enough shots in the game or were not involved in the offense. And he'd make a concerted effort to get them involved.
Oh, we gotta see that one again.
In the postseason, Larry and company would continue this same level of dominance, as Bird averaged 22 points and 14 rebounds over the course of the postseason, including a historic...
My man had 14 rebounds? Like, what?
3-1 comeback to lead the Celtics to the NBA Finals.
It's over. The Boston Celtics have won it. And they go crazy at Boston Garden. And Larry Bird is right in the middle. He's the eye of the hurricane, known as the Boston.
Damn, that's another thing. They don't do that no more either. It's like storm the court and all of that. You can't do that no more. So that's why I say back in the day, some things was definitely fun and entertaining. Like, it was definitely fun back in the day. You can't do that no more.
Celtics, who spotted the Philadelphia 76ers 3-1.
That was probably the best games I ever played in my life. It was a 7-game series, and every one of them was just full of excitement.
After upsetting Magic and the Lakers in the first round, the Houston Rockets awaited the Celtics in the finals. Led by future Hall of Famer Moses Malone, the Rockets were a dominant force in the early 80s, and even held Bird to just 15 points per game. Still, Boston found a way to win the series, ending the Rockets' run in 6 games.
Now with 7 minutes left. Larry Bird follows his own shot. With 5, Larry Bird with a rebound. Oh, is it physical? Bird again.
Beast mode. He was beast mode.
That was the key play of the game right there. The noise level. Larry Bird, that basket will count and he's fouled. You don't expect him to miss very many. Backing up on Reed. Off balance shot, but he hit it anyway. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Larry Bird wants a three-pointer. A three-point shot by Larry Bird. He's hit 3 of them down the stretch.
It can be very frustrating because you can do a good defensive job on Larry for maybe 75, 80, 90% of the game even, and yet every time you make a mistake, every time you fail to concentrate and let up, Larry will find a way to hurt you, maybe with rebounding, maybe with passing, maybe a steal, it may be a hoop, maybe a drive, maybe a dish off, but he'll find a way to hurt you.
Ever since I've been in college or in pros, the ball has always came to me. They always want me to do the final shooting or try to hit the last second shot. They go to me 80 or 90% of the time. I want the ball because I'm supposed to produce in them situations. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, but I want the ball in a crucial situation.
In only his second season, Larry had done what he set out to do: lead the Celtics from the bottom back to an NBA championship.
It's all over. The Boston Celtics have won the World Championship in 1981, and they have become the 14th flag winners for the Boston Garden.
Once you win an NBA championship, the whole city's involved. All your Celtic fans around the country and the whole city. It's just something that's an unbelievable feeling, because it seems like your team, the team that you're on, brought this many people together in a short period of time. It's just amazing what a championship will do for you. We also would like to thank you as a team for supporting us throughout the year. It's been a great honor to be out here. There's only one place I'd rather be, French Lick. Thank you.
Even though Larry Bird had conquered the basketball world, there was no question that his heart had stayed back home in Indiana.
He wanted to be the Wizard of Oz. He wanted to intimidate people and keep them at bay. The further we are away from each other, the more I like it.
I had a nice little house. I had my little yard. I want to go from there to practice back. If we had a game coming up, I want to go there to the game and back home. It was all basketball. My whole life was basketball.
He relates to a plumber or an electrician or a cop, because that's what he came from.
He knew the janitors and the equipment guys, and those were his guys more than the high roller luxury box guys. He doesn't like phonies, stiffs them out right away.
I feel that.
You could come out on Saturday and watch him mow his lawn.
A huge crowd started to stop. Larry Bird's cutting grass in front of his house. He's mowing his lawn in the springtime.
Larry is about doing things himself. And I think it's one of the things that made him so beloved in Boston.
Guys would be bitching about, shoot around practice and having to go back to the hotel, and he'd be like, yeah, we really got it tough here. We got paid to play basketball, and now we got to go back to our 5-star hotel and have this great free lunch, and then come back and play basketball tonight, and then get on a charter airplane and go to the next place. And this is really a hard life. He just would remind guys how good they have it.
I get a phone call at home, 2 o'clock in the morning, it seemed like. And you better get over to Burke's Tavern because Larry Bird's there and God knows what's going to happen. And I thought, thinking, that's not such a great neighborhood. I'd better get over there. And I go over there and he is bellied up to the bar with about 50 people around him. He's wearing a Mack truck cap and overalls. He's just a good old boy. He's having a hell of a time. And everybody around him is relating to him.
Larry Bird's first 4 years in the NBA would be nothing short of amazing. He'd been Rookie of the Year, an All-Star in every season, and had led his Celtics from the bottom of the NBA to a championship. He had defied every expectation placed upon him, except his own. The 82 and 83 seasons would end in disappointment for Boston, and Larry was determined to right the ship.
We had a team there when we won in '81. I thought we was going to win 5 or 6 in a row because we had that much talent. Just unfortunate for us, after we won the championship, we just started going downhill a little bit. And we knew we had the talent, and then we had to start picking it up, and we did.
This man will not accept losing. He's like a guy who would pick a locomotive up and with ropes pull a locomotive. He'll endure anything to win.
He was the most self-motivated player I ever saw.
I played basketball for a long time. When I was out there shooting, I'd be like, okay, here's my 300 shots. I'm done. I got to 300. I put them up. I did my work. I'm done. Larry's like, no. At 300, Magic's doing 4, so I got to do 5.
When you get your, quote, superstar to work at a high level in practice, everybody else falls in line because this is the man, and he will work. And Larry worked every day.
It was very hard for us as players to look over and see Larry doing drills by himself for an hour and a half after practice, 2 hours after practice, for us not to pay the price.
When the rest of everybody's having a beer and that guy is out there on the floor, that's what makes Larry Bird so damn great.
84 Larry was just awesome. I mean, it was just unbelievable how he could improve his game. You never thought that he could take it to a different level, and he was able to do that.
First quarter, here is Bird, three-pointer. Larry looking inside on the cut to Henderson. Beautiful pass by Bird.
You know, I just remember the first time I was watching Celtics basketball as a kid, and I just saw Larry and his teammates, but it was just like, these guys never miss.
Bird has got Chambers on him. This is where look at that. For the offense. Nice pass from Bird. And power for things. Bird with it. Larry, three-pointer. It's good! Oh, boy. Larry Bird, a three-point shot.
A freshly motivated Larry Bird would prove to be the best player in the world in 1984. He elevated his game in every statistical category and played with the confidence that would go on to define his career. This was the season that the world saw the birth of Larry Legend.
Larry got on the roll, started shooting the ball. Every shot was going in. Right? He runs by Frank Layden, who's the funniest guy in the league, and Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, "Hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench that can guard me?" He goes, "So nobody out here can." Frank looked down at the bench and goes, "No."
So I even heard him tell the coach, "Hey, look, coach, you better get somebody else out here to grab me because I'm killing this guy."
Or he'd say, "Danny, give me the ball," or "DJ, give me the ball. I got this guy in the torture chamber down here." Why the guy was standing right there listening to him say it.
Little upfake, and how do you...
That's why they say he was one of the best trash talkers, man. He's one of the best trash talkers. He's one of the best trash talkers, I feel like.
2 for 2. No Chambers.
Him along there with like Gary Payton. Who else? I don't know if Reggie Miller. I don't know if he really talked, but I know Gary Payton for sure. Larry Bird, that's another one. Who else was talking in basketball? I'm not sure.
He's going to get much play tonight. He's going to have to have a Larry Bird night, man.
He just knew what he had to do. He knew where he had to be. Supreme confidence in his work, in himself. The confidence comes from the work, and no one worked harder than Larry. Magic will say he worked as hard, but no one worked harder.
By the end of the regular season, Bird had silenced any critics that were left, winning the NBA's MVP trophy for the first time in his career. However, anyone who knows Larry knows that the season's goal was still incomplete. And after a dominant postseason, Bird would have the Celtics back in the finals where they belonged. And who would be waiting for the Celtics? None other than Magic Johnson and the Lakers.
Gets it to Edwards on the roll. No miss, and Kareem has got it. And it's Boston, here we come.
The Celtic-Laker thing went back to when the Lakers were in Minneapolis. I mean, when the Celtics beat them, I think the first 6 or 8 times they played the NBA Finals.
And the Boston Celtics are world champions.
And time has run out, and the Boston Celtics have done it again. Another jewel.
Everything just landed perfectly. You got the right guy in Larry Bird for what the Celtics needed, and Magic for who he was personality-wise with the Lakers. And suddenly, 2 historically great franchises are reborn.
Playing against Magic, yeah, that was something that I always dreamed about since he beat us in college.
You know, you walk around and everybody is talking about this series. We had more writers and TV people and made it so big. I mean, everything was written with Bird versus Magic, Magic versus Bird, that whole thing. And it was so intense, so.
And that's where it started.
It's huge. It was probably the biggest moment the NBA had up to that point. You had Boston and LA, East against West. It had all the elements of a classic showdown.
You know, we were the favorites and we made our way. They won the East, we won the West. So it's like everybody just get ready, sit back, and let's enjoy it.
The Lakers and the Celtics. So many memories, so many golden moments. Now we are ready to start again, and we have 2 of the brightest stars to break in on the basketball scene in the last decade.
For 5 years, Larry Bird had been waiting for this moment. Another opportunity to beat Magic Johnson on the sport's biggest stage. But as the '84 finals got underway, Larry was faced with an all too familiar feeling.
Here come the Lakers. It's a 4-on-2 right now. And it's Kurt Rambis inside the Magic who completes the fast break. Larry Bird against Cooper. Johnson doubles in a steal by James Worthy. It's Worthy all the way. The foul was on Rambis, his second. Here's another break. Worthy and a foul. And the Lakers, when they get the running game going, forget it. Johnson behind Parrish going in. This has to be one of the most decisive routes in championship game history. The Lakers 137, the Celtics 104. And the Boston Celtics now trail the Lakers 2-1.
I just feel that, we got some great players on this team, but we don't have the players with the heart sometimes that we need. And until we get our hearts where they belong, we're in trouble.
Despite Larry's efforts, the Celtics would find themselves down 2-1 in the series. And in Game 4, it seemed they were on the verge of a deadly 3-1 deficit. But a moment at the end of the game would flip the series on its head.
Here's Kareem, outlet to Worthy, Rambis. And now let's watch it. Cooper and the Celtics, and now the bench is empty.
When Kurt Rambis got taken out, we started fighting instead of playing.
Kareem swings the elbow, and now it's Gillian and Larry Bird. Jaw to jaw.
And it made us realize we were not mentally tougher than the Celtics.
Bird takes the shot. It's gone! It's gone! Oh my goodness!
And the Boston Celtics have even this NBA World Championship Series at 2 games apiece. And those who are writing the obituary.
We're about to wrap it up, though. Wrap it up. A few more minutes.
For the team that have won.
We're close to an hour, but we're going to wrap it up and then come back to later on. So look out later on. I'm going to definitely go live again.
Record 14 NBA titles can just pause.
So it's 2-2. We come back to Boston. It was the friggin' hottest day. There was no air conditioning in the garden. It was 1,000,000 degrees.
And Celtic fans now are entering the hottest place in this city, literally.
Kareem had oxygen on the bench over on the other side. And Larry played like it was air-conditioned, perfect climate. He did nothing. He just had a mental state.
Larry Bird. never seen many players who can shoot off balance as a forward like Larry Bird can. Bird, a three-pointer for Larry Bird for 5. As Kareem made 1 out of 2. Larry Bird with a three-point play. Haynes finds an open Bird, takes Rambis. 1 second, it's not.
Game 5 would see Boston win by 18 points at home, led by another 30-point outburst by Larry. And despite dropping Game 6, the Celtics were determined to send their rivals home empty-handed in Game 7.
And get down to the 7th game, that's what it's all about. And 1 game for the title, and it was on our home floor.
If you could bottle all the emotion that is released in a basketball game, you'd have enough hatred.
I wonder how the playoff games and stuff, these type of games was live back then in the day. I wonder how it is today. Like, you know what I'm saying?
To start a war and enough joy to prevent one. And here tonight in the ancient Boston Garden, we'll run the entire gamut of emotions. And when we're finally finished, the survivor will receive this trophy, the Larry O'Brien Trophy, for being the NBA World Champion.
Hi there once again, everybody. This is Johnny Bones, live off courtside here at the Boston Garden. I'm Chick Hearn, and tonight, the 7th game of the World Championship, where the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers get ready for the World Championship of Basketball 1983-84 in game number 7.
1983-84, I wasn't even born yet. Dang, that's old. I wasn't even born yet.
Bird, smothered, goes up anyway. And here's Kareem at the other end. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with an incredible play. Scott, Worthy, and Wilkes. And there was James Worthy.
No one believed that we could beat the Lakers that year. Absolutely no one believed it. But the fact of the matter is, we believed in ourselves, and that was a lot because of the leadership Barry had.
Here's Magic, off the mark. Lakers had several chances, and here's Larry Bird chucking down the court. Bird. How does he do it?
We played hard. We got all the loose balls. We did the things that was necessary for us to win.
Final second. The Boston Celtics are the NBA World Champions.
And those Boston Laker finals were like the Ali Frazier of the NBA, really put them on the map.
Larry Bird, congratulations. You were the most valuable player. Does this get you even with Magic for what happened between Michigan State, Indiana State, all those many years ago?
It's amazing.
Professionals now, but I won this one for Terre Haute. You won it for Terre Haute, I'll tell you that.
I think for Larry, it was a little measure of revenge because he sees Magic as his direct competition. They are so intertwined. They push each other. Larry isn't as good as he is without Magic. Magic never gets as good as he is without Larry. They push each other from opposite coasts. They're always thinking about the other guy. What's he doing to get better? I have to be better than that.
They were so similar in the way they competed. I mean, they were two halves of the same brain.
Same craziness to excel.
I seen that first couple days I was with him.
Basketball IQ off the chart.
Seen the game a little different, most players.
Playing the game the right way was everything.
A lot of guys can just score. A lot of guys can just rebound.
That was a crazy pass.
A lot of guys can just make plays. We can do it all.
In the span of just 5 years, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson had combined for 4 NBA championships and produced a rivalry that would elevate the NBA to new heights.
Both of those men brought an unselfishness and a winning attitude and a quality to the league that began to become contagious.
When I played, Larry Bird was the only one I feared. A lot of black guys always asked me, could Larry Bird really play that good? I said, man, Larry Bird was so good, it's frightening.
You got this slick Showtime African-American guy out west, and you got the lunch bucket, floppy-haired white guy with the bruises all over his body. It's central casting. It's perfect.
none of this happens without some bit of luck, right? Like, Magic and Larry had to play each other in college. You had to have that thing happen because Larry had to lose to come in and be what he was. Magic had to become what Jerry Buss made him. He had to become Showtime Lakers.
I mean, this was like made in heaven. In 1979, this idea of Magic and Bird was created. And so that was sort of a no-brainer.
We started getting tons and tons of coverage. You know, we went from playing late night on TV to playing prime time.
These two guys generate huge television revenues and start the process of resuscitating the NBA from a league that was hemorrhaging money in many cities to a league that could start to garner big contracts from the television networks.
We'd have a doubleheader. It would be the Celtics playing first and the Lakers playing second, and that's the way we did it.
To have them basically go to opposite coasts for teams that are already in this incredible rivalry. It's almost like Hollywood writers wrote these characters and they played them perfectly.
All right, let's wrap it up here, y'all. Let's wrap it up here. We're gonna wrap it up. We got 58-19. I'm about to hold on. Let me write that down so when I come back we can finish it off right there. Oh, 58. All right, 58-21. 58-21. All right, so we're gonna have a couple more minutes left into it. How much? Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here though, y'all, so I can edit the other video and stuff like that. But I appreciate y'all, man. I know I came back. I know it's been a little minute, couple weeks. I need to write this time down. What is this time? But yeah, like I said, I appreciate y'all so much. We about to wrap this up here, and I'm gonna do some editing and things like that. And I'll be back on later on. We're gonna finish this up though. I got my pen over there. I'll get it. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm about to hop off now. About to hop off. But yeah, this is good. This is really good. I don't think I never did this because it was an hour. And sometimes I like to just do the videos instead of like breaking them up. But we're going to get back to breaking up videos and doing certain parts and stuff like that. We're going to get back to that. Because I just like giving y'all the videos and, you know, just make sure y'all good. Instead of like, you know, waiting to this and then waiting to that and the next part and the next part. I'd rather just have a whole video and just, but it is what it is. Maybe we'll, no, see, I just put this on a live, so I can't really do no reactions. I already saw most of them. But no, we're gonna definitely find some more videos. I've seen a lot of videos I saw, y'all. It's a lot of videos I've been searching that I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna wind up doing another video offline, like, you know, not live too. So definitely look out for that. But I appreciate all the love and support, man. I really appreciate y'all for sticking with me. Y'all still stick with me. You know, I appreciate it so much. I really do. But yeah, subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Turn on that bell, man. We got a lot of stuff going. I got a lot of stuff for y'all. I just got to get to it. But I appreciate y'all so much. But yeah, we at 58-21. I'm about to write this time down so later on today when we come back, I can, you know, just restart right off. But I'm definitely gonna be back on later on. So look out for me. And maybe it's not I'm gonna try not to be too late, but if it is, I mean, hey, it's summer, you know, kids out of school, everything, so it is what it is. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. I'm out of here for now. Peace and love. I'm out. Love y'all, man. I really do. I love y'all so much. Yep. Peace.